what's up guys? Triple C here. I'm Justin and this is Triple C Show. And in today's video we're going to be saying goodbye to the C platform. So we said goodbye to the Comet a little while back at Triple C Show number 124. But in today's video we're going to be saying goodbye to the C platform, the platform that underpinned the Anthony's Comet, which is a project that was the last project we ever made and the most expensive as well, because we wanted to really bring heavy prototyping to the Comet line. So we devised this Comet that was one of the most expensive projects we ever created, and well, it failed. So as of right now we are currently working on another Comet, but for the time being we're just kind of getting things ready with the C platform to get rid of it, because it was not really something we envisioned working. It ran through two different variants. You had the wooden platform and you have the PVC one, which is called the PVC platform. Kind of like a little internal joke of mine and Joe's. So this right here is the PVC platform. So the wooden one still exists. In fact, all the pieces are put together into a garden. So that way, you know, it kind of brings some use to the old C platform. That would be something really cool to showcase in another video. I don't want to talk much about it now because it really isn't too respectful to the PVC platform or the C platform that most people know of, to talk about the older version of it. So let's talk about the modern one. So overall, this was a pretty close to four-figure chassis that we put together. Of course, it's not worth four figures anymore. That is money that was completely lost in development. Not getting that money back, but it is okay, because you know what? That's kind of what prototyping is all about. So yeah, so we kind of took a hit on this one, and then we ended up having to buy an actual frame to put the Comet on. That's what we are currently working through with that platform. It's been very successful. It's had some ups and downs, just like the PVC platform, but it's still a very strong platform. And it's not one that we designed, but it doesn't really matter all too much, because really what we're trying to sell with the Comet is, yes, there's still going to be a Comet. We're thinking it's going to be a prototype for the actual Comet, and it will have all of the typical car things that, you know, you would expect from a prototype. So from this platform, it had problems with the chains, because it was had a gas engine on it. It ran down to a little sprocket wheel, which is over here. We'll go over that. And it would just vibrate the chain off all the time. And we tried many different tactics to try and improve it, but this frame was too flexible. Now, a lot of people might be thinking, well, obviously it's PVC, but we had wood underneath it, so it wasn't just flat PVC, but still, it was PVC nonetheless, and even just a little bit was able to rock the boat, and it would just blow the chain off. So yes, so it was kind of a failure. It just kind of sat around for a little bit, in just kind of holding the spot that the Comet would take in our, I guess, fleet. So we just kind of had it sitting around for a little bit, kind of just trying to use it to hold on to the Comet parts that we are going to use. So we sprayed them down with mold killing spray, placed them on top of the C platform. The C platform was protecting the mold-free components from getting mold on them, because it was keeping them off the ground. So we kept the C platform for that. But really, at the end of the day, the C platform's life was going to, well, end. Which is kind of a sad thing. But that's as a platform, or that's as a chassis, should I say, for a full-scale prototype, or the half-scale prototype, whatever you want to call it. Well, it's going to live. Not the full platform like you can kind of see here. This is 8 feet long. I believe there's some other pieces that are missing, but we did a quick measurement and we said it's probably about 8 to 8 and maybe a quarter feet long. So, you know, we'll just say 8 feet. Sounds about right. So yeah, that 8 feet long chassis, we are going to be taking half of it and using it for something very important. But I will tell you that after the video, because, well, I just want to kind of showcase this thing, and we can kind of go over what all the pieces are, because there are a lot of pieces that are missing because we did have to kind of pull it apart, and it kind of also just fell apart. We also had the linden sitting on top of it, and the linden, which is right here, just collapsed the freaking chassis. So there's a lot of pieces that were broken, so it just kind of fell apart. But we're going to get over all of the components now, so let's get to it. All right, so we're going to start with the front of the original C platform. You can see these are where the wheels are. These are the axles. You can see, I don't know if it's still, well, I don't think it moves because a lot of this is bent, but yeah, this is your pivot point for your steering. Let's see, what else do we got? You can see where the linear actuator was kind of grabbing onto to turn the entire steering system, because it did have electronic steering. These are kind of your steering dampeners to kind of make sure it kind of goes back into its place. So that is, as you can see, kind of just one piece now. This is actually one of the pieces that did snap under the weight of the linden. So yeah, that's why this, oh crap, just almost fell over. That's why this spar does not exist, and you'll kind of see when we work our way to the back, you can kind of compare this side to this side and see that this side is in fact missing. This right here kind of showcases the underbody protection made of aluminum tape. You know, back when that was something we did a lot of, and it might still return, so I wouldn't rule it out. But you have an original hole that would have been for the linear actuator. That was vastly under scale for what we needed. The linear actuator hole was maybe about that big, so you can see that's not really good for that, but that's why we patched it up. It's kind of cool, you can see it from there. This is where the drill would have been mounted, and you had your adjustment areas. I mean, here you have one right here. There would have been another one somewhere around here, and you could raise and tilt the drill to kind of get different tensions on your front wheel, which would have been housed in here. You got a seat that was actually temporary but ended up becoming permanent, like a lot of things that we tended to do. Over here we had just a simple storage area, and then another simple storage area as well. This was the middle of the C platform itself, so that was kind of fun. Originally this area did not have this. Originally this is where the other wheel was, in this general area, but when we made the Comet into the American Meteor, which is the gas-powered Comet, the gas engine did not really need this electric wheel here, so we ended up getting rid of the front wheel, getting rid of this wheel, and just moving the wheel to what would have been in this area, which is where your engine would have sat. So we'll get to that after. Now this is the old brake. So if you look at some pictures of the American Meteor, Anthony's Comet, you'll see that this was the brake. So actually no, that is flipped over. Kind of a cool thing, you can actually see it does say brake on it. It is covered in black mold. I really should be wearing a mask. If you are doing this sort of stuff, I recommend wearing a mask. I mean, I guess we're outside, but still. These are the hinges that would have hinged it. This would have ran all the way to the front, so you kind of had like a little pivot mechanism. That right there is one of the brakes. This one is completely gone, so that's something. Here's an example of those awesome sprocket wheels that we love so very much. So it's always cool to see those. So we got a sprocket wheel. That was the one that would be in the back. Right here we have the, let's see if I got this. This looks like, I think, just a generic side piece. This would have been on the side of the Comet. It would have pretty much sat on top of here like this, so you can kind of see roughly how it used to look. So yeah, that's kind of a cool little tidbit thing. Right here, this looks like a brake pedal. This would have been the brake pedal. So actually, no, this is the gas pedal. So this is your gas line. It would have went over to the gas engine. Of course, it's all wrapped around here now, but originally that used to go to the engine. This right here, because this is actually the back. right here. This would be like the furthest back of the Comet. So this piece would have been mounted on the back of the frame, which we'll get to after this. So this rubber band bungee cord was the spring mechanism to return the brake to the up position. This was like a tow hook. You can see that. Normally it'd be stowed away, but if you pull it down, it would do its job, probably. And you had your hinge for the rear trunk. So that's pretty cool. And you got another sprocket wheel. These sprocket wheels are amazing. I love sprocket wheels. So glad to have two here. Got two sprocket wheels. How about that? Now, if we get to this, this is the original rear support axle for the C platform, Anthony's Comet, American Meteor. So obviously these wheels weren't there. The original wheels are right behind me in shot. And so yes, so you got this awesome thing. So the reason that this is here is what we're getting into next, which is the final piece of the C platform. Final piece, this is the very back piece. So the engine would have been here, and this would have been the back piece. You would have the trunk here mounted on that back piece. So this is the very back of the Comet, or yeah, the Anthony's Comet and the American Meteor and the C platform. This was all kind of the back. So here's our plan. We are keeping this piece, and we're looking to keep a lot of these pieces of wood. A lot of this is probably going to end up going because a lot of it is kind of unusable, and it doesn't really make any sense to reuse a lot of the screws because a lot of the screws are most likely bent, and yeah. So we're going to be reusing this and a few other pieces of the wood and that rear axle. And the reason being is because we are going to be putting that rear axle on top of here, and we are going to use this as a Libra trailer. That's right. So we're going to have the Libra have its own trailer so we can move it up and down and around and everything. Because the Libra prototype is going to be heavy. And, you know, we kind of are calling that shot right now. It is going to be very heavy. So knowing that, it would be nice to have a trailer. Why not use the C platform for that? So we are going to use the rear axle and a piece of the frame and a few other pieces here and there. And we will have a pretty cool drive-on sort of trailer that we could hook up to one of my go-karts, and we can tow it around or whatever to different areas, or even just move it out by our own hands. You know, if we're trying to mow the lawn or something like that, or get out of the way for something, it's very cool to have that. And we'll have it Libra designed as well. Now, I'm not too sure if I'm going to be making a video on actually putting it together, because these things do take a lot of time, and I get very frustrated. Especially knowing that other people may be watching, of course, because of the video. So I'm not too sure if I'll record it, but I did want to at least provide some justice to the C platform, which, like I said, was our most expensive project and anything for a very long time, and you could say is the precursor to the prototype Libra. So yes, so you kind of got that little scenario going on there. But yeah, so I really don't know what else to add except for hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. So make sure to leave it a like and subscribe to Triple C today, if you want to, of course. And yes, so everyone say goodbye to the C platform, and here's to hoping that we'll hopefully see the Comet at some point. The Comet is a background sort of project, or a prototype, actually, I should say. It's not a project. It is going to be a prototype, but that's a topic for a later video. For now, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm Justin, and this has been Triple C, and I'll Triple C you guys later. Peace, guys.